Hi, I'm Miss Van Loan, and in this video, we're going to complete Module 2, Lesson 5, Independent Practice. Remember, I recommend using your math notebook and using your paper the normal way, which is called portrait. Please use a pencil, either number 2 or mechanical, and have an eraser handy. For the purposes of this video, I will be using a blank sheet of white paper, and it will be in the landscape orientation. That is because it works better for the video camera. I'm also going to be using pen because it shows up better on camera. All right, let's get started. Module 2, Lesson 5, Independent Practice. Put your name. Number 1. Seth bought a t-shirt that costs $21. If the tax rate was 8%, what was the total cost of the t-shirt? So t-shirt, $21, tax, 8%. So we need to find 8% of the cost of the item and then add that to get the total. Okay, so a percent is per 100. So 8% equals 8 per 100, right? P-E-R-C-E-N-T, per 100. Cent is 100. Remember that 1 cent is a penny and there's 100 pennies in a dollar. So this 8/100ths is also 0.08. Remember, this is the tenths place and the hundredths place. 8/100ths is 0.08. So the easiest way to do this is to use the decimal form of the percent and multiply it by the cost of the item. So let's do that right here. 2100 times 0.08, 8 times 0, 8 times 0, 8 times 1 is 8, 8 times 2 is 16, and then everything else is zeros. So we would just be like 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, right, for these zeros. So let's count up the decimal places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 6, 8, 0, 0. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 1.68. We can leave off those other zeros. So the tax is going to be 1.68. In other words, $1.68. So now we'll add 21 plus 168 to get our total cost. $21 plus 1.68, 86 decimal 2, 2. 2268 is our total. All right, number 2. During their first home game, the Eagles soccer team drew a total of 176 fans. By the second game, this number grew to 202 fans. What was the percent increase in attendance between the first 2 home games of the season? Round your answer to the nearest tenth if necessary. First game had 176 fans. Second game, 202 fans. Percent increase in attendance between the first 2 home games. So what was percent increase? So the percent of increase, the percent of how many more? Percent of how many more? So we're going to find out how many more people came and then determine that as a percent. So we'll find out how many came by saying 202 minus 176. That will tell us how many more people came to the second game. So I know that 175 plus 25 is 200. So I think it's 26. But let's double check my mental math here. 202 minus 176. I'm going to need to borrow. That'll be 19. This is 12. 12 minus 6 is 6. 19 minus 17, or 9 minus 7 is 2. And 1 minus 1 is 0. So 26. So 26 more people. So now we need to make that a percent. And it's a percent increase from the first game. How many more, what was the percent over the first game? So we're going to do 26 over, or divided by 176. You could also write this as 26 divided by 176. So let's do long division. 26 divided by 176. Let's put a fraction in there. We've got 260. Well, 176 will go into 260 one time. 176. And let's see what our remainder is here. We'll have to borrow. 10 minus 6 is 4. And then we'll have to borrow again. 15 minus 7 is 8. So 84, we need another 0. So this is almost 200, and this is a little over 800. So let's look at it this way. We're going to estimate. 200 times 4 will give me 800. So let's try 4. I'm going to do that. Let's do it right here. 176 times 4. 6 times 4 is 24. 4 times 7 is 28, 29, 30. 4 times 4, 5, 6, 7, 704. And I don't think we could add another in there. So 4 times 176 is 704. Let's borrow. 10 minus 4 is 6. 3 minus 0 is 3. 8 minus 7 is 1. I have 136 left over. And it says, I'm looking back at the answer, at the problem, it says, round your answer to the nearest tenth if necessary. So when we get a percent, we're going to move the decimal place twice. So I'm going to need one more decimal place. All right, so my estimation worked out pretty good here. So I'm going to do that estimation again. So if this is about 200, and this is a little more than, it's a little under 14, but 2 times 7 would give me 14. So I'm going to try 7. 176 times 7. 6 times 7 is 42. 7 times 7 is 49. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, so 53. 7 times 1 is 7. 7 plus 5 is 12. So 1,232. Let's see, I'm going to put this over here because I kind of ran out of room. 1360 minus 1232. We'll have to borrow here. 10 minus 2 is 8. 5 minus 3 is 2. And 3 minus 2 is 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. 128 is my remainder. So again, 7 worked out pretty good. So this is 0.147. We actually need one more decimal because we need to know if 7 is gonna stay a 7 or round up to 8. If this is a 5 here, 7 will round up. If it's a 4 or less, 7 will stay the same. So we're going to add a 0, bring it down right here. So I have 1,280. And, oh, this is cool, look. So when I multiplied by 7, I had 1,232, so it's gonna be 7 again. And I'll get 1,232. And so that looks like 48. Oh, I hope you can see that okay. So here we go. And then there's a remainder of 48. So it's gonna keep going. But 26 divided by 176 is about 0.1477. The 7's gonna make that round up, so it's about 0.148. And now I need to make it a percent by moving the decimal place twice, multiply by 100%. And so this will be 14.8%. So the percent increase for how many more people came is 14.8%. Number 3. Calculate the sale price on a pair of blue jeans if the original price is $45.50 and the markdown is 15%. Original price is $45.50 and the discount is 15%. This is an excellent skill to have. A lot of stores nowadays will actually tell you the sale price up front on the tag, but it's a lot more work for the store to have to go put new tags on everything. And it's a lot easier for them to just put a sign next to the shelf that says everything here is marked down a particular percent, or these items, you know, some certain items are marked down. So you need to be able to do that calculation in order to figure out about how much you're going to be saving. So what I like to do to get an estimate in my head, if it's 10% off, it's going to be really easy because you just move the decimal once and say, so 10% off of $45.50 would be $4.55 off the price. So it'll bring it down to just over $40. But 15, a 5 is another half of that. So if 10% is going to be $4.55 off the price, 5% is going to be half of that. So 227.5. And that 5 is just going to kind of disappear. So it'll be a total of 15% discount will be 6 point, let's see, 5, 6, 7. Oh, we got to do the 7, 12, 5, 6, 7, 8. So $6.82 off of the price. So it'll be about $39, $38 around there. And you can kind of do this in your head, especially if you rounded this to just $4.50 and that to $2 or $2.25. And then you could take that off of the sale price in your head. Let's do it for real though, so that we know the exact answer and we can give an exact answer. So $45.50 times, and we're going to do the 15%, which when we're doing percent, we're going to move the decimal twice to get a decimal, 0.15, 0.15. 5 times 0 is 0, 5 times 5 is 25, 5 times 5 is 25, 26, 27. 5 times 4 is 20, 21, 22. Okay, put the 0, 1 times 0 is 0, 1 times 5 is 5, 1 times 5 is 5, and 1 times 4 is 4. Do you see what's happening here? Look, 455 and 227.5. 227.5. Kinda neat. All right, so let's add these up. 0, 5, 12, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 4, 5, 6. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 decimal places. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 682. The store may or may not round that up or down. Technically it's a 5. We should round it up to $6.83 is the amount that is being discounted. That's the amount we're taking off. So now we still need to do more math. We need to find out what the new price is going to be. So 45.50 minus 6.83. We're going to have to borrow. 10 minus 3 is 7. We'll need to borrow again. 14 minus 8 is 6. And then we need to borrow again. 14 minus 6 is 8. And then 3 minus 0 is 3. So the new price is $38.67. And when I did my estimation in my head and kind of showed you what I was doing in my head, I was right there at $38 to $39. So let's just circle that one or box that one. All right, number 4. Calculate the final cost of a television if the price is $1,700 and the tax is 3%. Tax is 3%, where is that? I need to move there. Okay, TV price is $1,700. Tax is 3%. And we need the total cost. Okay, so let's find 3% of 1,700 and then add it together. So 1,700 times, remember that 3%, we calculate that by moving the decimal twice. So we actually need a 0 there, 0.03. So 0.03. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 7 is 21. 3 times 1 is 3. 4, 5. And we don't need to do anything with these zeros, so we just need to calculate 2 decimal places. 1, 2 decimal places. So the tax is only $51. So let's add that. $1,700 plus $51 will be $1,751. Number 5. Last summer, the cost of a bushel of corn rose from $3.16 to $3.70. What was the percent of increase in cost? Round your answer to the nearest hundredth if necessary. Okay, so original price was $3.16. New price is $3.70. So percent increase equals, and we'll figure that out. And we need to round to the nearest hundredth. I'm just gonna put that here, hundredth. So I don't forget. Okay, so second price minus first price. So 370 minus 316 and we'll borrow. 10 minus 6 is 4. 6 minus 1 is 5. And 3 minus 3 is 0. So it went up by 54 cents. So now we're going to do 54 cents divided by the original. So 54 cents divided by 316. Let's move the decimals on both of these so that we don't have to deal with them, especially on that one. And then we'll move the decimal up. Okay, so 316 does not go into 54, but it might go into 540. So let's do that. 300 times 2 is already 600, so it's definitely not going to be more than once. So 1 times 316, 316, and we need to borrow. 10 minus 6 is 4, 3 minus 1 is 2, 5 minus 3 is 2. 224 is what's left over. Let's put another 0, bring it down. How many times does 316 go into 2,240? If I round this to 300 and this to about 2,200, 3 times 7 would be 21. So let's try 7. Let's put that over here. 316 times 7. 7 times 6 is 42. 7 times 1 is 7. 8, 9, 10, 11. 7 times 3 is 21, 22. Well, that's pretty darn close. So 7 times 316 is 2212. Let's borrow. 10 minus 2 is 8. 3 minus 1 is 2. And then those cancel out. So 28. And if I put a 0 and bring that down, remember I need 5 decimal places, because once I turn it into a percent, I move the decimal twice. I need to the hundredths, so that's 2 more places, and then I need to know the next place after that to know if this number rounds or not. So that's okay, we'll get there. 0, bring it down, we have 280. 316 does not go into 280, so we'll put a 0, and 0 times 316 is 0. We'll just bring down our next 0 right now. Okay, so 2,800. So again, if I round this to about 300, and this is 2,800, so 3 times 9 is 27, but I think if I multiply 316 by 9, I'm gonna go over 2,800. So let's try times 8. 316 times 8. 6 times 8 is 48. 8 times 1 is 8. 9, 10, 11, 12. 8 times 3 is 24, 25. So 25, 28. And let's subtract. I'm going to need to borrow 7, 9, 10. 10 minus 8 is 2. 9 minus 2 is 7. 7 minus 5 is 2. And 2 minus 2 is 0. 272. And that was 8. All right, we got one more decimal place coming. Here we go, one more right there. Last one that we need. Bring down the 0. So I already know that 8 times 316 is 25, 28. So that's what I'm going to do again, 8. And this will be 25, 28. And I don't need to figure that out because I already know what my 5 decimal places are. Okay, let's recap. We took the second number, we subtracted the original number, and we got 54 cents. We just did 54 cents divided by the original number, and we got 0.17088. So let's write that out. 54, we'll do 0.54 divided by 3.16 equals 0.17088. So now I need to take this number, 0.17088, and multiply that by 100% so that we get our percent increase. When we multiply by 100%, we move the decimal over twice, and then we give the percent sign to that. So this will equal 17.088%. And we want to round to the hundredth, so we know that this 8 makes that 8 round up. So we're going to say 17.09%. 17.09%. Number 6. Ling bought 3 DVDs for $15.95 each and a DVD player for $64.99. After sales tax, her total came to $119.89. What is the sales tax rate? Round your answer to the nearest hundredth if necessary. So 3 DVDs, $15.95 each. 1 DVD player, $64.99. Let's see, and then we had tax at some unknown percent. Let's just say X. And then we'll get some amount of dollars based on that. And then the total cost equaled $119.89. So we're going to take the total cost and we're going to subtract these, and then we're going to find out what's left over, and that will be the amount of tax we paid. And then we take the amount of tax we paid and divide it by the subtotal. So the subtotal is what the items cost before you put on the tax, okay? So that's going to be our process. So let's first figure out how many 3 DVDs comes to. So we'll do $15.95 times 3. 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 9 is 27, plus 1 is 28. 3 times 5 is 15, 16, 17. And 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4. So the 3 DVDs came to a total of $47.85. All right, so $47.85 plus $64.99. $47.85 plus $64.99. 9 and 5 is 14. 9 and 8 is 17, plus 1 is 18. Put a decimal. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 6 and 4 is 10, plus 1 is 11. So the subtotal, again, a subtotal is the amount before tax, was $112.84. So now we can take the total cost minus the subtotal and get the tax, at least the tax in dollar amount. 9 minus 4 is 5, 8 minus 8 is 0. We'll put the decimal. 9 minus 2 is 7. So the tax in dollars is 7.05, or $7.05. Okay. That's just the tax in dollars. The question asked, what was the sales tax rate? So we need to find the percent. Okay, so we're going to take the amount of tax and divide it by the subtotal. So 7.05 divided by 112.84. I am going to give myself some room and use this section of paper here to calculate that by hand. So 7.05 divided by 112.84. I really think we're probably going to be allowed to use a calculator for this kind of stuff, but I am not sure. So this is 11,284 after I move the decimal 2 places and bring it up. And I am going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's put in our zeros. And now 11,284 can go into 70,500. How many times? Well, 11 times 6 would be 66, so it's probably going to be 6. So let's calculate that one. 1284. Okay, 11,284 times 6. 6 times 4 is 24. 6 times 8 is 48, 49, 50. 6 times 2 is 12, plus 5 is 17. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 1 is 7, and 6 times 1 is 6. So 67704. We're going to borrow. 10 minus 4 is 6. 9 minus 0 is 9. We need to borrow again. 6, 9, 14. 14 minus 7 is 7. 9 minus 7 is 2. 6 minus 6 is 0. So that was 6. 6 times 11,284 is equal to 67,704. We subtract, and we have a remainder of 2,796. We'll put another 0 and bring it down. What does it say to round to here? 100th. Okay, so we're looking for 100th in the percent. So that means we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 places again. 11,000 into 27,000, well, that'll be 2. So 11,284 times 2. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 8 is 16. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. And then 2 and 2. 22,568. We need to borrow. 10 minus 8 is 2. We need to borrow again. 15 minus 6 is 9. 8 minus 5 is 3. 7 minus 2 is 5. Okay. And that was 2. We'll put another 0 and bring it down. So 53,000. This is 53,000. This is 11,000. So 5 times 11 is 55. So it'll probably be 4. 1, 1, 2, 8, 4 times 4. 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times 8 is 32. Plus 1 is 35. 4 times 2 is 8, 9, 10, 11. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 1 is 5. 4. Okay, so 45,156. I need to borrow. 10 minus 6 is 4. Need to borrow again. 11 minus 5 is 6. 8 minus 1 is 7. 13 minus 5 is 8. And that was 4. One more decimal place. Bring it down. Okay. If this is about 11,000 and this is about 87,000, 11 times 8 is 88. So we'll probably multiply by 7 and get something a little bigger than 77. 11,284 times 7. 7 times 4 is 28. 7 times 8 is 56. 57, 58. 7 times 2 is 14. Plus 5 would be 19. 7 times 1 is 7, plus 1 is 8. And 7 times 1 is 7. So 78,988. Need to borrow. 10 minus 8 is 2. 3 minus, oh, I don't need to keep doing that. I just needed to know the 7. Okay, so there's the number I'm working with. Where was I? Okay, 7.05 or $7.05 divided by our subtotal of $112.84 is equal to this number here, 0.06247. And I'm going to take this number, 0.06247, and multiply that by 100% in order to get the percent for the tax. And when we do that, we just move the decimal twice. So we get 6.247%. And then we need to round to the 100th. So the 7 is going to make the 4 round up to 6.25%. Tax. Okay, let's do number 7. 4 friends ate dinner at a restaurant. The bill was $51.89. They also left a $9 tip. Approximately what percent of the total bill did they leave as a tip? So bill, $51.89, tip, $9. Okay, approximately what percent of the total bill did they leave as a tip? So we're going to take the tip amount of $9 and divide that by the bill amount of $51.89. So 9 divided by 51.89, decimal twice, decimal twice, and then move it up. Okay, and so this is now 5,189 into 900, so I definitely need another 0 there. 5,189 into 9,000. So if I doubled 5,000, I'd already be at 10,000, and this is less than that. So we're just going to do times 1. 1 times 51.89 is 51.89. I'm going to need to do some borrowing here. So this is 8, 9, 9, and 10. 10 minus 9 is 1. 9 minus 8 is 1. 9 minus 1 is 8. And 8 minus 5 is 3. 3,811. That's less than 5,189. Okay, 0, bring it down. So this is about 38,000 now, and that's about 5,000. 5 times 7 is 35, so 5,000 times 7 should be about 35,000, and a little more because of the extra. So let's do that. 51.89 times 7. 7 times 9 is 63. 7 times 8 is 56. Plus 6 is 62. 7 times 1 is 7. Plus 6 is 13. 7 times 5 is 35, 36. So 7 times 5,189 is 36,323. 36,323. 10 minus 3 is 7. 10 minus 2 is 8. I keep borrowing here. 10 minus 3 is 7. 7 minus 6 is 1. 1,787. Okay, so that was 7. Another 0, bring it down. So this is 5,000, this is about 17,000. So maybe times 3. 5189 times 3. 9 times 3 is 27. 3 times 8 is 24, 25, 26. 3 times 1 is 3, 4, 5. 3 times 5 is 15. So 15,567. I need to borrow. 10 minus 7 is 3. 6 minus 6 is 0. 8 minus 5 is 3. 7 minus 5 is 2. So 3 worked. All right, let's do one more decimal place because the question doesn't tell us what to round to. So we'll round to the nearest tenth, which means we're going to need 4 decimal places to see what this 3 is going to wind up. The 3 might stay a 3, it might round up. So let's see. We'll put another 0 there. 5,000, 23,000, so let's try 4. 5189 times 4. 9 times 4 is 36. 4 times 8 is 32, 33, 34, 35. 4 times 1 is 4, 5, 6, 7. And 4 times 5 is 20. So 20,756. And I need to borrow. 10 minus 6 is 4. I need to borrow again. 29, 12. 12 minus 5 is 7. 9 minus 2 is, 9 minus 7 is 2. 2 minus 0 is 2. So 4 worked. So 0.1734. $9 divided by $51.89 is 0.1734. 9 divided by 51.89 equals 0.1734. So now we need to take that and multiply that by 100%, by 100%, which will move the decimal twice. The 4 is going to make the 3 stay the same. So we'll get 17.3%. Let's do number 8. The value of a painting increased from 1,540 to 2,570 over a period of 13 years. What was the percent increase in the value of the painting during this time period? Round your answer to the nearest tenth of a percent if necessary. So we're doing percent increase. So original is $1,540. The new price is $2,570. The period of 13 years doesn't matter. We're just looking for the percent increase. So percent increase equals, and then round to the nearest tenth if necessary. And that's what we did here, is we rounded to the nearest tenth. So we'll take new price minus original price. Okay, that's a difference of $1,030. So the amount increase is $1,030. And we will take the amount of increase divided by the original price to give us the percent increase. So 1,030 divided by 1,540. 1030 divided by 1,540. I don't have to mess with decimal places with moving them over. That's good. Okay, 0, and then I'm gonna have to put a 0 here. So this is about 1,500, and this is now, if I get that, if I don't worry about the decimal place, this is about 10,000. So about 1,500 into 10,000. 15 times 2 would be, so 1,500 times 2 is 3,000. So I'm gonna say about 6. Let's see. 1,540 times 6. 6 times 0 is 0. 6 times 4 is 24. 6 times 5 is 30, 31, 32. 6 times 1 is 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, 9240, perfect. So 6 times 1,540 is 9,240. 0 minus 0 is 0. I have to borrow here. 10 minus 4 is 6. 2 minus 2 is 0. And 10 minus 9 is 1. I gotta keep going. I need another couple decimal places if I'm gonna be able to round. So let's bring that down. And, oh, it's about 10,000 again. So it'll be the same thing, 6. 6 times 1,540 is 9240. 0 minus 0 is 0. I need to borrow. 10 minus 4 is 6. 5 minus 2 is 3. And 10 minus 9 is 1. Let's put another 0, bring it down. Okay, this is about 13,000, 1,500. So 1,500 times 6 is about 9,000. So plus another 2, 8 would be 12. So let's try 8. 8 times 1,540. 8 times 0 is 0. 8 times 4 is 36. 8 times 5 is 40 plus 3, 43. 8 times 1 is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12,360. And let's subtract. 0 minus 0 is 0. I need to borrow. 10 minus 6 is 4. 5 minus 3 is 2. 3 minus 2 is 1. So that was 8. And I need one more decimal place, just one more, to see if that 8 stays the same or rounds up. 0. So 12,400. That is bigger than 12,360. So this is gonna be 8 again. 8 times 1,540 is 1, 2, 3, 6, 0. And 12,400 minus 12,360. Fabulous. I don't even need to calculate that because I know that this 8 is gonna make that round up. So, we have 1,030 divided by 1,540 is about 0.669 because that rounds up. And now I'm going to take that and multiply by 100% to get 66.9%. That is my percent increase. Okay, let's look at number 9. Sally purchased a new video card from a computer store. After tax, the total came to $185.47. If the sales tax rate is 5.5%, what was the price of the video card before tax? So we have an item, the video card, and it is an unknown amount. Tax, we know, is 5.5%, and the total cost is $185.47. $1.47. When we're working backwards and we have the total cost and we know the tax and we want to find the item, we're actually going to divide by the tax plus 1, the tax percent plus 1. So let's convert this. Okay, so we're going to convert it to a decimal. So we move the decimal twice, and it would be 0.055. So to work backwards, we're now going to take the total cost and divide it by the tax rate as a decimal plus 1. So let me show you what that is. 185.47 divided by 1 plus 0.055. In other words, 185.47 divided by 1.055. All right, let's get started. 185.47 divided by 1.055. I'm going to move the decimal 3 places. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I am ready. This is about 1,000, which should help make it easier when I'm dividing. So if I look at these 4 numbers here, I have 1,854. Remember, I moved the decimal, so it's no longer in this spot, it's over there. So 1,055 can go into 1,854 one time. So I'll put the 1 right there. 1055. I need to borrow from this 5 and give to that 4. 14 minus 5 is 9. I need to borrow from this 8 and give to that 4, so 14 minus 5 is 9. 7 minus 0 is 7, and 1 minus 1 would be 0. So I have a remainder of 799. Let's bring down our next number, which is a 7. 1,000 can go into 7,000 about 7 times. So let's do that. 1055 times 7. 7 times 5 is 35. 7 times 5 is 35, 36, 37, 38. 7 times 0 is 0, plus 3 is 3. 7 times 1 is 7. So 7,385. So that is 7 times 1,055 is 7,385. 7 minus 5 is 2. 9 minus 8 is 1. 9 minus 3 is 6. 7 minus 7 is 0. Let's bring this number down. And that's a 0. So about 1,000 will go into about 6,000, probably 6 times. But if I take into consideration I have 55, there's not enough room here for 55, for 6 55s, right? Because 55 times 2 is 110. So I'm gonna have to go 1 less. Instead of multiplying by 6, I'm gonna have to multiply by 5. So 1,055 times 5. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 5 is 25, 26, 27, 27. 5 times 0 is 0, plus 2 is 2. 5 times 1 is 5. So 5,275. We have to borrow. 10 minus 5 is 5. We have to borrow. 11 minus 7 is 4. We have to borrow again. 10 minus 2 is 8. And so that was 5. 5 times 1,055 was 5,275. Now we have a remainder of 845. We need another 0 because we are looking for dollars here, and we have 2 decimal places when we're dealing in dollars. So let's bring that down. This is about 8,000, so maybe times 8. Let's try it. 1,055 times 8. 8 times 5 is 40. 8 times 5 is 40 plus 4 is 44. 8 times 0 is 0 plus 4 is 4. 8 times 1 is 8. 8,440. We just made it. So that was 8. 8 times 1,055 is 8,440, and we have 10 left over. So if we put a 0 here and bring that down, we have 100, and 1,055 goes into 100 0 times, and so we would need another 0, and 1,055 goes into 1,000 0 times, and eventually we'll get enough to, there will be a decimal here, there will be a number there. However, we only needed 2 decimal places, and we already know that this is a 0, so this 0 is not going to round up, it's going to stay a 0. So this is what we're looking for right here, 2 decimal places to 80. So the item cost is that right there. It equals 175.80, and that is our item amount, $175.80. Number 10. Thomas made 16 mistakes on his first typing exam, but only made 12 mistakes on his next exam. What is the percent decrease in mistakes from the first exam to the second? Round your answer to the nearest tenth if necessary. So original is 16. New is 12. We are looking for the percent decrease So if the original was 16 and the new is 12, that means our amount of decrease is 4. So we're going to take 4, divide it by the original, 4 divided by 16, and that will give us a number. We'll multiply that by 100% to give us our answer. Okay? So 4 divided by 16, we need a decimal. So 16 into 40. Let's see, 16 times 2 is 32, so that gets us close. 2 times 16 is 32, and we have a remainder of 8. Have a 0, bring it down, 80. Well, 32 times 2 would be 64, and another 16 would be 80. So that's 5. 6 times 5 is 30. 5 times 1 is 5, 6, 7, 8, that's 80. So 5. 5 times 16 is 80, and we have a remainder of 0. So we have our first really nice number here out of this whole homework. So 4 divided by 16 is 0.25 times 100% is 25%. So the percent decrease is 25%. So what are some of the things that you should know after completing this assignment? Percent increase, percent decrease, total, subtotal, and tax calculations, how to get those. Also, sales price. So if you're looking for what do I need to know from this lesson, what do I need to study, it's these kinds of things. All right, I hope you have a great day. Thank you.